We're back. Hello, guys.
Great.
We've got
Hey.
our wonderful Olympian champion, Debi Thomas, back. You may remember how she went up against Katarina Witt. I remember. And just slayed on the ice. You were amazing. I remember that day, to tell you the truth. I'm not making that up.
I've tried to forget it because it was the free program was not my favorite day. I had actually a good Olympics leading up until the end, but
well, you were a former champion. I mean, you are a former champion, and you became a doctor and became disenchanted with the medical profession. Gee, imagine that.
yeah.
Your awakening, let's say, led you to learn way more about the financial system, which led you into the whole financial debt slavery.
The whole 9 yards.
Whole 9 yards. And then you looked for
Yes.
a solution. And that led you to Harold Seitz and KaratGold.
Yes. Well, somebody from the skating world led me to Harold Seitz.
Ah.
Now I need to reel him back in because all of these great things are happening. So, but yes, we are on the verge of the whole, disruption of the whole way the whole global economic system works. So I do want to tell you what happened in Dubai last weekend, because
what happened in Dubai?
we knew that, we were having the announcement of the phones and the it's called well, we were calling it Karat Merchant, but it's actually called K Merchant. And but something came out of there that just about everybody's still trying to resuscitate themselves. And where, it was funny because Michael Dalco was live streaming it. And when this announcement came out, he said, don't go posting this all over social media because he didn't believe it. But anyway, if people go on Michael Dalco's, they can try to, find his feeds on Facebook. He's got the whole presentation of K Merchant, the new Impulse K1 phone, the voice over blockchain. They did a demonstration of the very first live streaming video over blockchain. So it was just really exciting to see this technology behind this cryptocurrency. So all I can tell people, and you're hearing it now, and get KBC, get the KBC coin. Either contact whoever invited you or whoever, but find out how to get this coin. It's still pennies. I mean, some of us got it for like a half a cent, but it's still pennies. And what came out of that event, Josip Heit is Harold Seitz's, main business partner, and really the one who sort of allowed us to be able to have all these assets backing this ecosystem, with the bank, with the gold mines. And obviously their whole goal from the very beginning was to put gold in the hands of the masses. And I've talked to a lot of people who, they understand about gold and they understand about crypto, and they've been involved with different, attempts at this. But Harold Seitz has always said, this is about the physical gold. We have the CashGold product is the only physical product down to a 0.1 gram denomination. Obviously, now that we have kryptonized gold, we can go to it's I guess 9 decimal places, because each unival is 0.1 gram. And the only place that you can get a unival, which is equivalent to 0.1 gram of gold, is on the KaratBit exchange. Even though the KBC can be obtained on all these other exchanges, if you want to turn your Bitcoin or your Ethereum or even your KBC into physical gold that can be spent, we have our Karat Pay system if you want to spend gold. And now we have K Merchant, which allows businesses to accept cryptocurrency. It's a free app. Anybody can, I've already signed up. and you can accept cryptocurrency in Bitcoin, Ethereum, or KBC. And if that merchant wants, fiat deposited into their bank and not have to deal with the volatility of crypto, they can do that.
Okay, so do people realize how revolutionary this is? So basically,
I don't think so.
so basically, folks, any one of us who accept payment from outside sources, that means, I'm a freelance writer, I get payments all the time, I can now accept cryptocurrency on my phone, or they can pay in fiat
online,
and I can convert it myself into cryptos.
No, they can pay you in crypto and you can accept it in fiat.
Okay.
Now, obviously, if they want to pay you in fiat, they, would just pay you however you're getting paid now. But this is to help mainstream crypto because, like I said, you want to get the KBC coin because it's pennies, it's about 8 or 9 cents per coin right now.
And I would rather get the crypto than the fiat, actually.
Right. And so, you can incentivize it. Maybe you get a discount, but the customer is going to want to learn how to get this crypto because the ecosystem, the more of these coins that you have, when the whole world is using this system, that value of that coin is going up. And then obviously, as we have as a business, you're creating a network. Every single customer that comes through the door becomes your network. So now when they're out using the phone, using the ATMs, using the banking system, trading on KaratBit, you're getting revenue from every single transaction. Every single fee that is generated within this system is coming right back through these coins. That's, this is a system that was basically designed to do the opposite of what our system does now, which is we have a system that shifts wealth to, a handful of people. And now this is a system that recycles it back. So it's
in the
vitally important.
God willing, in the long term, we're going to move over to a gold-based system.
Right.
For the short term, it's an investment. It's an investment in the future, or you can do trading.
Well, we're not allowed to use the I word.
We're not?
No. It's not in compliance.
With whom?
But it is a dynamic, here's what I'm going to call it. It's a dynamic asset acquisition. And the reason I say dynamic is because I don't remember if I said this before, but having a KBC coin is like having a gold nugget, putting it in a safe, closing the door, coming back a few months later. Now it's 10 gold nuggets, closing the door, coming back. Now it's 1,000 gold nuggets. See, we were all excited thinking that in about 5 years, Harold Seitz's goal was for 1 KBC to be worth 1 gram of gold, which is about, anywhere from $38 to $50 per gram. If you kind of look at, the current market and where you think gold would go. Well, Josip Heit gets up there and he's just talking away about this system and how revolutionary. And he says, I see in a few years, a 1 KBC will be 1 kilo of gold. And all of a sudden you heard, and that was the entire room and everybody on Facebook watching live passing out at the same time. And Mike Dalco even said, don't go post this on, I think it's a mistake. But you know me, I'm like a numbers person. And yesterday morning I was, really looking at the actual numbers of, how much gold there is in the world and all this stuff. And because of the partnerships and things that they are doing, it is absolutely possible that will happen a lot sooner than people think. A kilo of gold is about $42,000. It's valued at about $42,000. But if you think about this, $1.4 quadrillion derivatives bubble that's in the stock market that has nothing backing it whatsoever, I mean, that has to go somewhere. And like all these people that have their money in the stock market or in retirement, they're in a terrible risk right now. And they're pretending like the economy is okay, but it's just not backed by anything. And you've got all these countries stockpiling gold. So what this system has now made possible is to kryptonize the world's gold. And I know that they have been talking with countries for a while. There's a reason why Harold Seitz has been in South Africa 3 times in the last year. And people really need to start connecting the dots and seeing this. I saw an article yesterday about South Africa mines, and they can't afford to operate. So the demand is way higher than the supply. So now if you all of a sudden have this kryptonized gold system where, we own the mine, so we can basically offer gold to people cheaper than anybody in the world. And now countries who have gold reserves have a way to digitally offer a currency to their people. It's just a one-on-one exchange. It's not like the fake backed by nothing kind of a system. Here's a way that you can now distribute fairly gold all over the world.
The gold, he already owns Karatbars already owns Mozambique?
No, Madagascar and Guinea. The one in Guinea is one of the biggest gold mines in the world. It's like 700 tons of gold. But here's the thing. The thing that's going to make this a quadrillion-dollar ecosystem is the technology, the phone technology, the voice over blockchain, completely decentralized, completely private.
So exciting.
And that's what I want to kind of show you really quick. Let's go ahead and just quickly show this video of the Harold Seitz explaining and Mr. Heit. And then we'll try to show the phone explanations. That is like a little cartoony thing, but people have to understand that this is, it can't be hacked. It can't, you have a full privacy with the satellite feature. It's impenetrable. And so that's what's it's like the technology is going to be worth more than the gold. And people really need to get this. They need to get KBC and they need to get the phone.
Well, there's a bit of a learning curve here for folks who aren't already on cryptos, but guys, we're moving fast into a digital world, and people do have the belief that cryptocurrencies are a double-edged sword. And I do agree with that way of thinking, that they could be both used for good or bad. We are trying to use it for good here. That's what Harold Seitz is doing. He is literally trying to put wealth back in the hands of the people. So please go right.
And the people that are used, they want us to be so afraid of people using it for bad, but a lot of the bad is coming from, when you start oppressing people, when you start paying people to do bad things to give an appearance, that's where, they act like people just become criminals just because they decide to do that. That's not how it works. No. If you start making a fair system, you're going to see crime go away.
Oh, please. We can have so many conversations about the prison system and how people are deliberately routed into the system so that they can never get out. There's why are people, why are certain communities seated with drugs and fast foods and nothing healthy to keep their brains dead and so forth and so on. Come on. This is a system designed to sideline really humanity. Certain groups worse than others for sure, but we don't need to do that today.
Exactly. I know. So we have it's here. There's no, it's still getting rolled out. We're still in the early stages. So hopefully we don't have too many glitches and bugs and things that we have to do. But the mainnet blockchain will do transactions like 1 million times faster than the current blockchains.
Wow.
And it's going to just blow everything out of the water. And that's what's really going to make these coins so valuable. So you heard it here.
So the phone is, okay, so the reason a satellite is important is because it makes the system impenetrable. It means the central banks can't put their fingers in and say, oh, we're going to reroute the money, or or the cryptos, and we're going to hold it up, and we're not going to let it go where it needs to go. It's completely autonomous, right?
Yeah.
Did I describe that correctly?
Completely. Yes. I mean, like they can't mess with it. It's amazing.
Phones are your magic passport to the satellite. Am I right in that we can't really access that kind of, or can we through the app?
What do you mean?
Do we have to have the phone in order to access the satellite?
Oh, yeah, at this time, but you know, they'll probably have more you know, ways that you can, you know, because the phone you still have, you know, you still kind of have to access the internet, but by running it through the blockchain, that's how they get it, you know, private. And I'll be honest with you, I'd like to have Toma kind of explain a little, and it's explained a little bit in these cartoons, but
okay,
yeah, I mean it's by running it through the blockchain, that's where they get it private. So I'm not gonna try to explain something that I don't fully understand how to explain it. Yeah, but I mean, you still can do the Wi-Fi connection, but there's a lot of people that can't get Wi-Fi, and that's why having the satellite is going to make it possible for those people to be able to be connected. And but it's really all the encryption and, you know, the high tech stuff that's going to make it so that nobody can get in there and
and we could
mess with your stuff.
Thank you. And also, if we use the phone just for business or what have you, we literally have internet anywhere, right? And we have an encrypted system that can't be hacked and listened to, correct?
Right. Well, they're going to have, actually, Mike Dalco mentioned a way through this system where, like, say you're live streaming on Facebook, they'll be able to connect it up somehow through their system so that it goes out to the world, but it's, you know, through the blockchain, so you're not dealing with all the Facebook spying and whatever. And he was explaining that last night. He was like on the call, the Empower call, he couldn't even contain himself. He's like, I'm having a hard time staying professional here. So yeah, that is going to come through. We have this thing, I didn't even mention this, it's called the Booster. So it's going to be a way to help people share Karatbars, you know, the system of, you know, affiliates sharing information, so everybody can be connected to that. So yeah, if you want, you know, the whole world to kind of see a stream, they'll be able to access it. I think probably from YouTube or you know, various places where people are normally already viewing things. So how that's going to work, I'm just waiting for that to come out. But it's basically a way to just connect people better without all the manipulation, without all the spying, without all the censorship, and then obviously with the payment system, you know, being able to move money across borders much more freely, and you know, and slowly, you know, changing out our devaluing dollars for a actual gold standard stable money and payment system, you know. And then obviously, because we have CashGold, because a lot of people want they want it in their hands, and so people say, well, I joined, you know, Gold Money or this, or, you know, and they won't let me have the gold. And I'm like, well, I've been getting gold from Karatbars for all these years. You know, you know, a merchant can become a K exchange and they can distribute CashGold. You know, gold dealers could do this. I mean, I don't know why I send these things out to gold dealers all the time, and I can't understand why they're not like getting it. It's like, you can, you know, distribute the CashGold, you know, and now we're going to have the ATM. So you'll have your phone and you just go with your, you know, code, you know, your crypto codes, and spits out gold.
Well, one other point here before we go into the video is that people might be saying, well, how mathematically, how can you distribute funds into the hands of the people? Well, folks, there is a tremendous amount of gold on this planet. There's also a tremendous amount of wealth. Unfortunately, it has been tied up in the hands of the few, deliberately squeezing out the rest of humanity. Now, this may sound like a conspiracy theory, but this is known fact. There is plenty of money to go around, and to make everyone sovereign, free,
Right.
not beholden to the debt slavery system.
Yeah, we have, well, think about it. We have 12 billion KBC coins. And then once we, finish with the we don't know how many merged coins we're going to have, because we still have a few more months to go. They're going to burn all the coins that are not sold as far as the second coin, the KCB. But once they're merged, you have more coins than you have people in the world. So I came up with this term because I put this post on Facebook, because Nike stole Just Do It from me. So I put on March 31st, I said, I'm just letting everybody know that I'm, since Nike stole my term, my phrase, I'm coining the term kilonaire. And, because of, I said that only people in the know what that means. But every person on the planet should be able to get have at least a savings and cash flow combined of at least a kilo of gold, which is about 50,000, or about 42,000 in dollars a year. So everybody, we should be making kilonaires. And when you do the math of all the gold in the world and figure it all out, yeah, it's very doable for, each of the, we have 12 billion. We'll have more than that once the coins merge. But basically, there's more coins than there are people in the world. So it's absolutely possible. So what has happened with this system is they've made it possible to kryptonize the world's gold supply, because in order to be able to have your gold liquid and be able to transact with it, you're going to want to be using this system. So if you've got gold reserves, yeah, Herald Sites will create, will take the, this was always in the white paper to make it so that, countries can have a stable coin that they can, distribute as as their local currency. But they obviously have to have the gold supply to back it up, because that's how that's what a gold standard was. That's why I have the gold standard bank. You got to have the gold. What's a little scary is, China got those those gold-plated tungsten bars, that they bought. I just put a video. I'll have to send you the video. It was very well done, talking about the fake gold in circulation, because that does have a huge, profound effect on the global economy. People have got to get this. It's too much money, and it's too I was doing some calculations for an affiliate that, we traded her 1 Bitcoin back when the coin was about 1.7 cents. And I was like, if you get a master, because I've got a secret way for her to get a master node.
Nice.
That she's gonna, she'll be making like $46 million a month or something,
Yeah.
5 or 6 years from now.
Folks, if you want Debbie to tutor you, go to her website, legacygoldlifeline.com, and she will hold your hand and explain.
I will.
And take good care of you and walk you through this,
Yes, this, yeah. And, everybody's situation is different. And so, when people come to me, don't think that you can't do this. Don't think I don't have enough money to do this. Yeah, $20 an hour seems like a lot, but it's really not in the scope of information. Because if I know you're on a tight budget, I'm going to have you do as many things as you can do on your own as possible. And it's mainly just getting through the steps of getting everything set up and knowing the little secrets that people haven't figured out yet.
Really, the best thing is to educate yourself, get the basics down, and then call Debbie for the little secret magic tricks, right?
No, the thing is to sign up for free and get help from the beginning, honestly, because you'll spend a lot of hours trying to figure, there's just too much. I mean, I've got 4 years of information. And, you know, I just did a session with a lady and she's like, wow, I will be calling you on July 4th with what we're going to do. So, yeah, because it's just the system itself is changing so rapidly. You know, we have packages for phones and we have, you know, and so knowing both the Karatbars system and the stuff with the coins and all of that, I mean, that's what I do for a living, is keep up with this stuff and crunch numbers and figure out, okay, this is the most efficient way to do this.
Ah, very, very good.
Well, it's important because we have, you know, the heads of the company, the tech specialists, all sort of in one place, sort of giving an interview. I can start it, and then when it cuts off, then they'll be like, "Ooh, I want to see more."
Oh, perfect. Okay, go for it.
All right, here we go.
So I'm sure everyone are very excited to see a lot of golds physical to persons. It's actually my first time as well, so I'm very excited. So I would like to ask Mr. Heit, what is your next steps and what do people expect?
The people can expect from our global payment system with gold, yeah. And that's what we create since 2011 until now with the modern time with our coin, what we create together. Yeah? We have our gold coin and also our mainnet, what we created and already done in September 2019 in this year. And if we are finished with this, we have for the whole world the possibility to use our payment system with real gold behind.
Imagine right now the world is limited in accepting payments by gold and cryptocurrency because of the technological knowledge, because of the technological gap. We bring the masses an easy way to start adopting cryptocurrency and gold payments cheaper, faster, non-refundable, and without assuming the volatility of the gold or cryptocurrency.
My vision was, as I began in 2011, spread the gold to all the people in the whole world. And now we developed this with, thanks also Mr. Heit. They was in the beginning a big investor, now a partner and friends. And now we are a big team, and our goal is, and my goal is, that gives the people the opportunity to survive.
So Mr. Heit, as the chairman of the board of the Gold Standard Banking, could you tell us what's your vision in the next 5 years?
Bring the gold to the people, to bring the technology, the newest technology, keep it, use it. This is the newest technology, transparency and independency for all the people.
So I'm sure everybody is